Pat Show is not affiliated with the New England Patriots nor the NFL. It is what it is.
Yeah!
All right, Patch Pals,
There we go.
coming to you live from what I am right now, an angry ham in beautiful Framingham, Massachusetts. We thought we should wrap up an amazing first season of Pat's Show, basically from the same place that your Super Bowl 52 trophy case and all of our souls is right now, empty. That's right. Coming to you from the angry ham in Framingham, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the season finale of Pat's Show. So without further ado and whatever else, let's get right to it. Hit it, you humps.
1, 2, 3, 28. Wow! Let's go! Patshow! Let's go! Patshow! Talk about Brady and Edelman! Talk about Gronk and the stuff he did! Talk about Leonard and the Lowry! Let's talk about Belichick and his team! Let's go! Patshow! Let's go! Patshow! Let's go! Patshow! Let's go! Patshow!
Ooh, double boom shot. What does it mean?
Why did we save it for the last show?
Seriously, why did we save all this? It's like the Patriots playbook, like with all the trick calls and everything else. Why did they save it for after Super Bowl 52? Guys, welcome to we actually put Malcolm Butler in this game edition of that show. We wait for like the fancy location, we bust out the fancy camera moves, and how about those animated new opening titles, huh? Nice job, man.
And open bar too for you guys.
Yeah. Man, unlimited
Necessary.
French fries. We got that guy behind us. He looks like Patricia. Stop shoulder peeping. Matty P, yeah. You grumpy bastard. Hi, everybody. Pat's Peoples, the world over football freaks and gridiron geeks. The grieving is done. We are on to 2018. Yeah, so why are you doing a Super Bowl 52 wrap-up show 9 days after the fact, Fitz? I don't know. Why not? Because you know, when
We need a little bit of time to grieve.
We need a little time to process. We need a little time to grieve and reprieve and breathe. And, well, now that we've had a chance to process, it's a good chance for all of us to look back on the season, not even really spend so much time lamenting the loss in Super Bowl 52, but rather appreciate the journey. Yeah, maybe we'll do a little Butler bitching along the way, and you know, and no Belichick bashing though.
No.
And then you know we'll look on to 2018, little off-season preview, talk a little draft, and get you guys ready for what will be, hate to say it, another awesome season. And well, I've already booked my tickets for Atlanta, so Nick Stevens, your old pal, Fitz here alongside the Minister of Pat's Propaganda, Mike Dussault, and welcome to Pat's Show, episode 24?
24.
Episode 24?
It's been a great season.
Oh, the Ty Law.
Yeah.
This is the Gilmore, the Law. Who else wore 24?
Cyrus Jones, briefly.
Sorry. Why you gotta bring me down?
Sorry,
like that?
I know.
Oh, if this was the Cyrus Jones, no one would be able to see it because that's no coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all in a weird place right now. How are you guys feeling? That's
Yeah.
what I want to know. Everybody who's streaming right now, not you, Paul, put your thumbs down behind the camera. Everybody knows you're great. Now, I want to know how you guys are feeling right now. So please, by all means, at any given point, cut to the giant wide shot of the bar. I mean, look at this place. Can you imagine what we're going to do in 2018 when this Death Star of Pat's Finalysis is fully operational? Man, this is the best sneaky peek of what's to come. Thank God we did it in the last episode. But hi, yep, hi, over there. Camera one, camera one,
camera two.
Camera one, camera two.
Nick, Paul, good call.
Yeah,
Good show.
okay.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, jib it up, baby. Jib it up, yeah. Oh, nice, wow, look at that. Look at that, and look at that jib shot. I like to call that
What's up,
one.
people?
What's up?
Welcome to Pat Show.
Oh, is that the camera that just goes wherever it wants to and has no idea where it needs to be at the right time? We call that the Jordan Richards camera. Not over it.
Bad
not
angle.
over it. And you know what?
Bad
Don't
angle.
need to be. No. Nothing's too soon. There is no more too soon. This is 2018. We're
You're hurting my feelings.
you don't even have any feelings left. There's no such thing as a Patriots fan with feelings. We are post too soon. This is a post too soon world. Actually, by and large, I felt fine. I don't know about you guys. Please hammer us out in the comments. Let us know what's up with you guys. I felt pretty fine. You're allowed to be a little upset when your team loses. You're supposed to be if you're a fan.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, when you look at it, you're like, been 8 times, 7 straight AFC championships, 5 and 3. Yeah, I mean, come on. You're yeah. Hey, what's up, bro? I don't know. we like we're right by the door of this place, so we get a Letterman we get an icy draft every time somebody walks in. Yeah, we're gonna say Norm to whoever comes in. I feel like we're like the maitre d's of this place. We seat people and host the show. I'm okay, Mike. How are you?
I'm okay. I mean, I think it's always just you're on such a roller coaster of emotion heading to the into the playoffs, and I mean with us doing the show and everything, it was just crazy, and so there's always a letdown. But the overall disappointment was just that they played so badly on the defensive side of the ball. That's just what's disappointing, and it's like all season that was kind of like the lurking feeling is like maybe our defense does suck, and then in the biggest game they suck.
Right. Like here's the thing: if you get together, super bad. The double dick-tastic performance of the defense. Just like they opened the season giving up 537 yards and 42 points, and then they're like, guys, wait a second, we can shave a point off, but we'll add a yard and give up 538 yards and 41 points with the exact same scheme and virtually the exact same lineup with an offense running virtually the exact same kind of plays. Put it this way, if you get together with a girl and she basically cheats.
Where's this going?
Hold on, follow me. Hey, listen. Like I said, it's post too soon. All right. If you get together with Ian's mom, if you get together with a girl, and the way you hook up is by literally hooking up with her in front of her boyfriend, don't be surprised if she hooks up with her next boyfriend in front of you. That's all I'm saying.
I lost that one.
The defense sucked at the beginning of the season. It sucked at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So you can't be surprised.
Well,
it wasn't like that came from out of nowhere.
Well,
the big surprise was the fact that they chose to align themselves in a position to allow that to happen again.
And they didn't play Malcolm Butler, which is just
That's news to me.
Yeah, that's what everybody was talking about. I mean, and it was just something that was brewing like the whole season, and there's got to be so much going on behind the scenes that we never quite, you don't know exactly, but I think it's like a safe bet to say that like Belichick was just over Malcolm Butler, for whatever reason. But then you had him getting sick, him coming in late, and then he supposedly had a a terrible week of practice. He gets there and he says, "I've had a terrible season."
He was on the grassy knoll. He stole the Lindbergh baby. He was He was at the Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
There were a million different things everybody accused Malcolm Butler of, and it's still a driving narrative in talk radio and all sports. Funny, this was actually the first time the Pats lost a significant postseason game, let alone a Super Bowl, and I was actually okay with reading some newspapers or checking blogs, watching a little TV. I took comfort in other people's analysis and takes, mostly because I think we were a little head spun and shook after the game itself, just watching Philly play a masterful offensive performance.
They did.
Although the Patriots still almost had 100 yards more on offense, which is mind-blowing. Tom Brady threw for almost a third of a mile against the number 3 defense in football, and yet ended up on the losing end of the stick, dick, whatever. All those stats, too, like only quarterback in football history with over 500 yards and 3 touchdowns, no picks, to lose a game. Not a postseason game or a Super Bowl.
It was like the ultimate anti-Brady hater game, and so like, of course the Patriot haters took great delight in the Patriots losing, but like Brady had such a good performance in the Super Bowl. I mean, it was maybe, other than the comeback against Atlanta, his best 60-minute game. And how does anyone look at that and still claim he's going off the cliff? I mean, those defenses that he played in those last 2 games were crazy. So it's just it's maddening. And it's like, do you think that Philadelphia is sitting there going like, well, we won the Super Bowl, but we gave up like 600 yards of offense, so we really need to make big. They don't care at all, And it's like, meanwhile, our defense. I mean, like that's the big thing. It's like that 1 4th down stop. You had a 4th down opportunity with 5 minutes left in the game. You get a stop there. Brady gets the ball back at the 45, and the Patriots win. Sorry. Sorry.
I know, it's sort of weird. Like we did the show in the studio, and we're like, as loud as possible. And here we're like, I hope I didn't interrupt your quesadilla. Yeah, we're not as boisterous. So maybe this is like post Super Bowl emotional recovery. No, it's not. All right. Put it this way. When Brady got the ball back, forget about the 4th and 1 when they went for it instead of punting with 5.5 minutes left. I was pretty sure they were going to go for it. And sadly, I was pretty sure they were going to get it too.
Of course, because what hadn't they gotten at that point?
Because they'd gotten everything they had wanted to. Foles, they played the entire game the way you're supposed to play. Not when you're not picked to win, but when you play the Patriots and you know you have to just keep hammering away. You don't get that moment where you get to be the viper and stand over the mountain and be like, you know, you attacked my sister, whatever. Like, no, you're like, you finish it. You don't get your head crushed and your eyeballs pushed through the back of your head. You finish the MFer off when you get the chance.
Right.
And Philly played that entire way. Frank Reich called those plays. Doug Peterson was ballsy all the way through. And Foles played like 0 F's given. And we're also now more comfortable with the idea that, the 2013 Nick Foles, who had 27 touchdowns and 2 picks, is more the quarterback than the one that got poisoned by Jeff Fisher for a couple of years, lost his way and got cut in 2016 and couldn't barely hang on to another NFL roster. Yeah. It's just that I knew they were going to make that 4th and 1. You make that play, Brady's got the ball back, and at that point it's going to be 33-32, Patriots at midfield, 5.5 minutes left. That's ball game.
Ball game.
That's ball game. But how certain were you, and how certain was everyone else out there, when it's 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and the Pats have the ball at, like, what, the 15 or the 17-yard line?
Oh, I know, right? It's Brady time.
We just saw it against
Brady
Jacksonville.
Time.
It's Brady time.
Yep.
And that
And it wasn't
another
Brady
Michigan
time.
guy, Michigan on Michigan crime, Brandon Graham makes the one play. That's all it took, dude. It really just came down to one of these two defenses needs to make a play.
Right. And that was like the biggest question going into the season. I hope I'm talking loud enough now for everybody. Was, you know, who's going to step up for Ninkovich, for Chris Long, for Jabal Sheard? Who's going to make those clutch plays? And guess what? It was none of them. You know, nobody stepped up, and you can't help but wonder. You got a guy sitting on the bench who made maybe the most clutch play in Super Bowl history. Could he have made a tackle that Johnson Batamosi couldn't have and got him one more punt? That was the difference, and you know, it's in a game like that. But as you said, like, total credit to the Eagles. They played exactly like teams need to play the Patriots, and you just don't see that very often. Teams they get almost there and they're like, we're gonna do it, and then they fall apart.
Yeah, let's not lose
They didn't fall apart. They kept aggressive. They stayed with it the whole time, and they deserved to win. They made the play when it counted, and it's just unfortunate because you came so close. It doesn't hurt as much as, you know, Super Bowl 42 or 46 did, but it still stings to know that you were a play away.
Isn't it funny that we can compare how much a Super Bowl costs?
No, right? Let's stack them out.
Let's rank.
Gosh, how bad did the Super Bowl hurt you? Are you at 5? Are you at 8?
Right now on Remember the Titans non-existent Facebook Live show, they're remembering their singular Super Bowl appearance. How does it feel? Why are my Titans burning right now? There's no reason to throw them under the sad bus.
Bring us into this.
Yeah, we're going to actually rank, like, how does this feel of the 8 Super Bowls you've seen Tom Brady go to? It's insane.
I know, it's
supposed to suck. It just doesn't suck as bad as the other ones. It's a relative kind of suck. But there's no lipstick on this pig. That was a special kind of 2017. The dearth of talent on defense caught up to the Patriots at the wrong time. With a team that was capable of exploiting all of their weaknesses. And for the love of money and everything else, I'll never fully understand why Butler couldn't get in for at least 20 plays. If Jordan
just throw him in the
Richards can
second
get in
half.
just throw him in the second. What point do you have to prove? I think if I had to, like, put my chip down on any one marker on the table that said, tell me exactly why you think Belichick didn't play him, I hate to say it, I think really his stubbornness and his willingness to prove that his scheme was better than the individual player got in the way. There was definitely, I hate to say it, it was ego that killed the beast
that night. You live by the Belichick, you die by the Belichick. I mean, that's, you know, and I know it's hard, and I was saying to Ian before we went on, it's like, you know, he's a Navy guy, these are military guys where it's, you know, this is the repercussions of, you know, and obviously it wasn't just one thing that Malcolm Butler did. He didn't just have a bad practice. I mean, you've got the size of Eric Rowe, Gilmore's balling out. So those, I mean, I can't say that, can you not? Eric Rowe is a good matchup out there. You know, like, you can see why with his size you would put him out there with Alshon Jeffrey. So, you know, at the same time, they played mostly 2 corners, but, you know, did Butler play slot corner at all this year? Not really. You know, so I can understand a little bit schematically, but just throw him out. He's a tackler.
He got spun around like a top by Taylor Gabriel in Super Bowl 51 a couple of times. He doesn't quite have the same speed. He's got, obviously, he's got pretty good instincts. And he's a tough guy, and he's a good tackler. Jordan Richards, terrible.
He's a terrible football player.
Not good football player.
Not good at football.
You want your not good football players out there on the field at crunch time or when it matters most in the biggest game. Batamosi, special teamer turned reserve cornerback, probably shouldn't be playing the significant minutes in the Super Bowl. Again, this is just one. Yeah, I know we got commenters saying, like, you live and die by the Belichick. As a Pats, Adam Seidenfeld. All of those decisions with Belichick don't always make sense to us, but you can't start to hate them now. Well, no. I mean, you don't have to like, you don't sign a contract that says you either have to like hate them all or love them all, that there's a lump sum agreement in it. Like you're allowed to, or it's your prerogative to like some, hate some, disagree with some, agree some. We love when he makes calls like snapping the ball through the back of the end zone in the Denver game in 2003.
Yeah.
He also called a different defense in Super Bowl 39, where they aligned to
4-3 instead of
4-3 instead of 3-4.
Yep.
That's great, but you saw like the dam is leaking. Patch the dam.
Yeah.
Don't just keep thinking.
No, I know, and that's what I mean. We saw it all year. Was that the Patriots' defense they were terrible pretty much in the first half the whole year, and then they always seemed to turn it around, except for this one game. They couldn't stop them. They couldn't get off the field on third down. No one would make a play.
And everyone out there with your memes, your lols, your IGs, all about like Brady dropping the ball. Let's just get that out of there real quick. A little too much mustard on the ball from Dola, but still a catchable pass. B, Brady was going to get clobbered by the safety who was coming over 10 yards later, so it wasn't like that was like a guaranteed touchdown. But everyone loves putting their little the things with the animated Lombardi trophy like slipping off of his hands.
Oh, I know. I posted one of those.
And then you
Okay, we only have 5.
dick.
We only have 5 of those. We only have 5 of those trophies.
I know.
Yeah, we only have 5 exactly.
Yeah.
I know he would have had to go to Saturday. No, but I wanted to see this picture with the 3 on each nip. Yeah. I wanted to see this picture. It would have been so great in June. The game didn't live or die there.
Yeah.
And the Philly, and also the Philly special. You had to know
illegal.
that the mojo was going the wrong way
Cheaters.
when Philadelphia basically uses the same play that the Pats tried to run earlier and used in 2015 on them in the Super Bowl. And yes, it was illegal. That's why I like to call them the Philadelphia Illegals.
Oh.
I'll own it. I'll own it. I'll own it.
What you did there?
Yeah.
I see it.
You saw it. You heard it too, right? You like it? No, no one did. All right. Why didn't a safety destroy Foles when he caught the pass? Well, Paul, he was in the end zone. So because he most definitely was. I know. By the way, were you at home? Were you not screaming at the TV the second you saw Foles talking to the offensive line?
Weird
I was
stuff.
like,
Here comes
"That's the
something
play."
weird. Yeah.
How did Van Noy not acknowledge that, or how did
I
Belichick
know.
and Patricia
I know.
just not go?
I
Da.
know.
You
I
can
know.
easily see he's over talking to the tackle, and the running back's moving in for the snap. It's
Yeah.
like, no,
Here
it's
comes
gonna
some weird
happen.
trickeration. Yeah, I know.
Weird trickeration.
It's and it worked. They had the balls to pull that stuff off right on the goal line. I mean, that's a fourth down play at the end of the half. I mean, that's always what you tell teams. You got to go for those kind of plays, and they executed it.
Okay, all right, we gotta say, right, yeah, don't worry, we'll get you. I see you lurking back there. I see you stalking us even after the fact. You'll have your moment. Hold on, bottom line, Nick was there, says Peter Enright. Jinx, I blame it all on you, Nick. All right, I see you, Eagles. I see you, I see you. No, I wasn't there. I specifically flew home Sunday morning, you jerks. just so that I couldn't jinx it. Yeah. So now it's not on me, now it's on you.
You could have gone. You could have gone.
I had a free ticket. And a pass to the celebration afterwards. Oh, awesome. Hey, who wants to go have champagne at the funeral?
I would have done that.
Yeah.
All right, and there was your post-shift post-game, brought to you by our good friends at Jack's Abbey. Man, did I not have enough of those to drink 2 Sundays ago. Jack's Abbey, the official beer of put it in my mouth and help me forget. Mike, do you have any Tweety you care to share with us? Or
yeah, we're going to keep it light this week because I think we're
as
all
you can tell so far.
We're going to keep it in a recovery place. But Tom Brady emerged from his cave after the loss, and the first thing he hit us was this first tweet Instagram post here, with just a little reflection, gratitude, grateful. I feel the same way. We had a lot to cheer on this season. Yeah,
wasn't perfect.
No, and I think this team really overcame a lot of injuries that in the past they wouldn't have gotten to the Super Bowl over, so it's just I think is a testament to the system and that the players that they got, even the scrubs like Marquise Flowers,
a lot of people,
Twitter.
Yeah, a lot of people clapped at him and said in film review that he was a liability, whatever, and Homeboy was not having it.
He was not having Greg Bedard's analysis.
He became a new favorite follower of mine. The second he clapped back at Boston Sports Journal, people that were saying like, oh, in film review, Marquise Flowers had a weak game and this and that. And he hit him back. Good for him.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of hard because, in the review, they lay it all out of, like, here are the plays that happened while he was on the field, and it's not a good list. Which I mean,
Right.
look, there was no real good defense being played. Period. So it's like
the
hard to
safeties
why
didn't
single
have a great
out
game.
the special teams guy that you picked up from Detroit. You know, it's like
He was an emergency fill-in.
yeah.
Mike,
So
and look,
you
there
know,
was not a
splitting
single
hairs.
linebacker on the field that normally really should
Right.
be starting.
Right.
I mean, Landon Roberts
Maybe
is kind of
Van
like your
Noy.
run-stuffing sub.
Yeah.
David Harris, ageified to the point where he just basically
Oh, yeah,
became
he's gone.
like-
He was done,
Yeah,
yeah.
he was toast early on. You had no Hightower, Marquise Flowers. These guys, a lot of them were. You know, Eric Lee, these were guys, the Patriots made it to the Super Bowl with a defense that was 2011-esque, minus Edelman playing in the secondary. You had a lot of other teams, special teamers,
Yeah.
fill-in scrubs, practice squad guys, starting on this defense. They made it there with scheme, intelligence,
Yeah.
clutch plays, and most of all, Brady.
Yeah.
And that, I don't think it's any coincidence also, too, with Gronk mulling retirement. I think he's back probably for one, maybe
I
two
think
more
so
years.
too. Yeah. That's it, really?
Yeah, look, age
think
30
he's
would be good. A
gonna
10-year career would be perfect for him.
Why is he saying why?
Why? Because
Why?
he wants to walk. He's got plenty of money.
wants
He
to
wants
walk.
a life. Walking is a plus. Walking's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, the poor guy, it's Frank and Gronk at this point. But I think after that game, he feels like there's probably one more appearance, one more trophy.
At least
I
ride
mean,
it out till Brady's done. I mean,
Right.
you know, and then maybe.
But I don't think it's any coincidence that he puts that picture of him and Gronk together in the gratitude Instagram. Like, come on,
yeah,
Gronk,
you
come
gotta-
on.
I know,
We got
well.
one or two more in us.
And you got Edelman coming back from, not to jump to the offseason just yet, but I mean, you know, you've got Edelman coming off an ACL.
Right.
Usually guys are, you know, it takes them a year to kind of get up to speed after that. So we'll see.
When we go off,
Money
when we
next
go
one,
off,
yeah.
when we go off season, we'll remind you of who they have on their own squad that they'll be bringing back, plus a couple people we think that they'll go after, what they're going to target in the draft, and much more. Today's show is brought to you by Jimmy Garoppolo's savings account. He's so friggin' rich now that he could actually afford to fund Patshow. We'll say something nice about you every week, Jimmy, if you want to sponsor the 2018 season.
I think he's going to buy the Patriots.
Oh my God.
Good for
$137.5 million. But hey, we got a second-round draft pick for him.
I know, hey.
Yeah, that's good.
Again, that points to.
I know.
Okay.
Well,
I
yeah.
know. What-
Around and around we go. What they could or couldn't have gotten for, you know, I don't know. Everybody's got their opinion. They could have gotten more. You can just say
Right.
they could have gotten more for eternity. They could have gotten more. They could have gotten more. I don't know. I mean, they're going to have a second-round pick. They need it this year for sure.
I feel like the drama, the intrigue, the dysfunction, and the fun of this year's team. See you guys.
Thanks,
Ladies and
guys.
gentlemen, here they come, guys. Thanks for coming, guys. Yeah.
Accidental. It looks like this place is full. Thank you.
Ladies
Thank you
and
for coming.
gentlemen, the 2019 Patriots secondary. 5 of those kids are going to be drafted. No, the drama, the intrigue, the dysfunction, the fun, you know, again, more interesting than all 31 other teams, possibly even combined at times. I feel like this would
Yeah.
make for like a good Ryan Murphy produced FX show at
Yeah.
this point.
American Horror Story 2017 Patriots.
You walked right into that door.
I did. No, I said it teed up
Yeah.
perfectly.
It's not going to be nip tuck. And, you know,
No.
wow.
Why did Brady like Butler's team? That's what Facebook
Yeah, that's a
wants
good
to
question.
Well, okay.
He likes everything. He
He-
likes
he does. He
anything
likes
a
a lot.
teammate posts. He's not like, I don't think it's like, that's right, why didn't they play you? Like, message sent to Belichick.
Yeah, there you go, Bill. Since I'm afraid, since we don't talk anymore, obviously.
You imagine like Burge Nigerian comes in, he's like, Bill, we got something here. It looks like Tom liked Malcolm Butler's post. This seems pretty serious. We more drama.
Yeah, I don't answer books, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Instaface.
Yeah.
We
Well,
got an
why did you do
Instaface
it? Because
situation.
it's a show of support. Although, from what everyone heard, what we read, at least the people that I choose to, or more often than not like to believe, that most of the locker room was dissatisfied with that. Eric Rowe was notified, even though he did some first
He didn't
team
even want to
practice
play.
that week.
It's like, I shouldn't be in here.
Right.
Get me out of here.
Don't
Put
you
Butler
guys
in.
understand? I'm Eric Rowe. Philadelphia didn't want me, and now I'm playing against them. They know what I do. They know what I do.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. You know what else sucks too?
This feels cathartic.
Last thing. It is. This is very. I haven't had this conversation yet. I haven't had a chance to
No,
do
me
this
neither.
yet. Is that Butler, Super Bowl 49 makes the play, all based on coaching and instinct.
Yeah.
And then in 52 now, the end of his Patriots career
Oh.
has the exact,
It's
like you said with your
amazing.
T-shirt that everyone hated. It went from Malcolm Go
Sorry.
to Malcolm No.
Sorry, guys,
Super
for
Bowl
that
hero
Malcolm
to
No
Super Bowl
graphic.
defensive snap 0. Like it just doesn't make sense.
It's amazing story from where he came to what he ended in just a few short years. It's just, I mean, it's insane. I mean, and he's just sitting on the sideline. You know, sorry, we keep going back to the.
There is no Patriots tinge to Vodacon to express my rage.
We'll always have Seattle.
We will. And you know what? Like I said in my little Fitzy wrap-up video and whatever else, like there are 30 other fan bases that would love to have our frustration right now.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know,
Well,
insert
it's-
your favorite Faulkner quote here.
Just unrelenting drama all season long, and it ended with more unrelenting drama.
Right.
Like, I mean, every single step along the way this season was just, I mean, it's exhausting. I think that's part of the letdown now is just, you're on such a roller coaster.
Right.
I mean, Edelman gets hurt, oh my God, and Garoppolo gets traded, oh my God, and, you know, it's just, it was just nonstop this year.
And then we get Tom versus Time, the best Pats porn maybe ever.
Yeah.
And now they were about ready to release episode 6 with Super Bowl footage, and Gotham Shopper put out a Facebook note the other day that said, like, well, obviously the season didn't end the way that we thought it would and the Patriots wanted it to, so they're actually back in the
They got to
edit
figure
now,
out,
and
like, they're like,
talking,
how could this, we lost.
different interviews with Brady.
We weren't prepared for this.
I know, this wasn't, this was, like, what did they say in Last Jedi? This is not going to go the way you think. I had no idea you were telling me about the Super Bowl, Mark Hamill, you son of a bitch.
I know. I'm kind of surprised that they seem so, like, thrown off by that. Like, it was, you know, like, I don't know, it just seemed like, well, we had already recorded Tom, you know, his victory speech and everything, and now we got to just throw that away and we got to do a new.
Oh, now that damn MVP
You know?
jinx seems real too.
Yeah, right.
I hate me.
A little bit. Well, he threw for 500 yards.
505 yards and 3 touchdowns.
You know?
Some of those
Who
passes.
throws for 500 yards
505.
and loses a Super Bowl?
Against
Tom Brady, that's who.
Against
Add that to
So add that to the records.
Add that to the records and the accolades.
Right.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we've done enough bitching about the Pats. We've done enough not congratulating the Eagles. So now we would like to welcome in one of the die-hardiest of all die-hard Eagles fans.
Terrence.
He's the manager here at the Angry Ham. He's truly one of the
Looks like
green bleedingest.
he ran away. He's hiding right now, apparently.
Run away, Terrence.
They're pulling him out of the
Oh, no. Oh, right. Well, we want to shine a spotlight on you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're about to bring in, we feel as though now is the time to provide equal time. And let's get a little perspective, because this one, it's not just all one-sided. This isn't just all like, you know, we're not just going to go all Fox or all Maddow on you. We're going to give you both sides of the aisle right here. So,
Where'd he go?
you gotta be kidding me. The man was ready for his close-up. We literally, the manager here is one of the biggest Eagles fans in the world. He's got a jacket that smells like Jaworski and Vermeil. Right? Here he comes. Oh, me? Oh, and he's wearing a green 12 just to rub it in. Here he comes. Should we roll the special little video of Terrence to give everyone a quick teaser? Let's bring him in first. All right, Terrence, here we go. The first time we've ever had one of our defeaters, one of the conquerors, an oppressor, and successor on the show. Terrence, the manager here at the Angry Ham, Eagles fan. Welcome to Pat Show, buddy. How are you, my man?
Thank you, I'm good.
Yeah, here we go. Let's do this. Let's even make it official. We'll give you your game show victory mic and everything.
Oh, man.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Doing well.
Yeah?
I'm celebrating and I'm happy.
Yeah?
The world is a
Got a
great place.
This is your. It is, right?
It really
it's finally.
is.
Well, did you feel like you finally had your eyes open? That you were everything smelled different, everything tastes different, on the other side of Super Bowl. Isn't it amazing?
It is. It is. Let me tell you, when I went home to Philly and I watched
Is it
the game.
still there?
It was there when I left.
smoldering
No
heat.
confirmation. It's still there.
I stepped out of the house and I went, ah! And then the gunshot started going off. So I got in the car and came home.
Did you or did you not enjoy a Philadelphia street cake afterwards, like some of the other fans?
No.
You Philly people.
I know, dancing on awnings, throwing yourselves. It literally looked like Grand Theft Auto, the Super Bowl edition out there.
Yes, it was. But listen, we all celebrate like that. When the Sox won, people went crazy.
I know, they did.
So,
Yeah.
in
it's-
Philly, we're a little bit more nuts.
Well, also you haven't. Philadelphia hasn't had it for the longest time. You got the
Yes.
one World Series win back in 2008, and then you've been there a couple times. There's just that there's the same kind of sports passion in Philadelphia, except Philadelphia is like population-wise like 3-4 times the size of Boston.
Exactly.
So you've got that much more angst, you got that much more repression and frustration. Plus you're playing a team that had previously denied you.
Yes.
Add that plus 12 seasons if it's always sunny in Philadelphia. Man, you MFers were ready to pop.
Yes, we were. And I did pop. I popped a couple times. Not like that. But it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And I'm still, I haven't washed this shirt. They wore this hat.
Yeah,
And I'm
what is it? That's a Cunningham?
Randall Cunningham.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Original
The best
Randall
number
Cunningham
12.
was awesome. All right. You didn't tell me that you had turned to hardcore.
No, I'm
drums.
not. Listen, I am not a Pats hater.
And we're not Eagles haters, by the way. I had picked them for a playoff team. I love Wentz. Peterson, I thought was a fun. He got a bad rap.
Yeah. What was the journey like for you as an Eagles fan, where you got Carson Wentz, you have all this excitement, he goes down, and then all of a sudden you watch Nick Foles just go off in the playoffs and tear the Patriots apart? I mean, how surprised were you to see that happen?
I was extremely surprised because as an Eagles fan, you know, no matter how well they do,
it's coming.
You're going to get kicked in the nuts at some point. It's going to happen. And when
even if both feet have no shoes on them, you're like, I know there's another shoe that's going to drop. So I don't care whose it is. There's a nut punch and a shoe drop around that corner, and it never came.
It never came. I thought it was coming. Once it went down, I was like, well, there it is. And it didn't happen. I was like, oh,
right.
Well, now we got to play the Pats in the Super Bowl. These bastards kicked me out of the bar last year because I was openly rooting for Tom Brady. I wanted Tom Brady to get a ring last year and like cut the whole Montana's the best conversation out. And what happened is he would screw up. So,
so get kicked out of your own bar.
Every time I would say Tom Brady, they would screw up. I would leave the bar and they would score. Right. So it got to a point where they just kicked me off the bar. I had to watch the game through that little square over there.
Through the door. True story, Super Bowl 39, Pats, Eagles. I was watching with some friends in Brooklyn. Eagles got off to a pretty fast start. Frustrated, I went outside. There was snow on the ground, so there was like a mountain of snow in this dude's little like Brooklyn backyard where all the beers got poured into, nature's fridge. I went out there to grab a can of beer. I popped it. Pats scored, and all I heard from inside was, "Hey, Stevens, you're watching the rest of the game from outside." I had to watch Super Bowl 39. Freezing. Just like, go Pats. What was that, Givens? I can't see anymore. I have no regrets.
That's pretty much what happened to me.
But we live for the superstitions.
Yes.
We live for the chance to see the team overcome the incredible odds.
I got kicked out again this year.
You did? Well, that makes more sense, yeah.
No, the playoffs, I got kicked out of my own bar. It's like, go home. I'm like, all right, fine.
But wasn't it worth it? And who got to come back in afterwards going like,
yes.
The champ is here? Hey, champ's here. I did. It was awesome.
You rode your dune buggy through the bar. No greased street pole could keep you down.
It was, nothing. I actually wanted to stay in the middle of Route 9 and just. But someone would have hit me, so I didn't.
Tonight, a sad story.
He says he's not a Patriots hater, but I think we have some footage.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to share.
Why is it always going to be Pat's hate? Why can't it just be hooray for me, not, screw you guys?
What footage do you have, me?
Well, let's share the footage on the thing.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, this will be interesting. Let's roll the videotape.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
They've been sitting here for a long ass time. I gotta drink it. Fly, Eagles, fly. Here we go. Crack it open. Oh my God. All right.
I was cleaning the
Oh,
house.
this is going to be awful.
This beer has been sitting outside for a year.
Poor man.
That's so funny because there's Clorox and that's what I drink.
Was it cold?
I got it over the summer, and it sat out on the patio outside, and then I put it in my man town outside in the winter, so it kind of expanded. So it went all over the place.
I'll put it there.
Oh yeah, it's all blown out.
Oh, this is bad. This is really, really bad.
Yeah, how that beer smelled, that's how we feel now. Do it. Come on, do it. Yeah, do it.
Drink it!
Drink it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it looks chunky.
It was awful.
But you know what?
Fly, you fly, Super Bowl champs. Yo, Patriots.
You had me until the end. Right, Jeff? See, to me, it's not about like screw you, Falcons, F you, Seahawks, blah, blah, other teams.
It's just the general haters, like haters, haters.
You guys have no idea how much hate I get in this
Oh
place.
yeah,
it's going to be tough. Listen, I respect the game, not only the fact that your passion is true and you've been a fan as long as you have, but also that you've been able to maintain it safely up this way. So maybe that was a general, this is what you guys get for doing that to me. I'll be honest, I lived in New York City for over 20 years. Every time the Pats would win, especially against those teams, don't think I didn't have 6 Pats hats on, 3 jerseys, and double birds on the subway the next morning when I was walking around like, how you like that, Jets? And then, of course, those 2 Super Bowls against the Giants.
Right.
Those were the nut punches.
Those were the nut punches.
Yeah, exactly.
Football gods were not with you on those. But I will say, for the most part, I've been up here more than half my life, and everyone knows that I'm an Eagles fan. And the amount of people that actually send a message or put something on Facebook or just said congratulations. If it had to be any team, I'm glad you won. Made it absolutely amazing.
And I'll tell you what, our Facebook commenters right now are saying, like, we wanted it to be Pats. Obviously, that's our team. But if it had to be any other team from the NFC, glad that it was.
What
the
makes
Eagles.
the Giants mad? You know, like that was my silver lining. Like, well, the Giants aren't happy.
Right, exactly. An uncovered little gem. Like now we get to know, like, this hurts the Giants fans too. So.
Thank you.
Silver
lining.
lining.
New York in a way we could never imagine.
So thanks.
You're very welcome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Ingraham, one of the best Eagles fans out there. As we cry, Eagles cry, he'll fly, Eagles fly.
Fly, Eagles fly.
Terrence, the Eagles fan, thanks, my man.
No problem.
Thanks for coming on the show. Cheers. Thanks for having us, my man. One more time for Terrence, everybody.
Fly, Eagles fly!
All right. All right. That's enough out of you. All right, now tell him what he's won.
And now Bradley Cooper.
You've won a year's supply of penis and macaroni, the official dinner of all Pats fans after Super Bowl 52. All right. Okay, so obviously during the course of the season, we produced a little series called NFL Fan Therapy, spearheaded largely by my brother, the Joff Man. Turned out great. We addressed the angst,
He's a genius.
the angst and woes and pains of many different NFL fan bases. And post Super Bowl 52, we released a couple episodes celebrating the Eagles, helping out Pats fans. There's one about the Colts, and then of course there was one about the Detroit Lions, who may or may not have been having a little buyer's remorse based on who they hired to be their next head coach. So we'd like to share that little piece of internet gold with you right now. NFL Fan Therapy, Detroit Lions post Super Bowl 52.
Joel, so talk me through your season. What was that like for you?
You're a real doctor and stuff?
Of course I'm a real doctor. Yeah, I think we've been over that.
You see me, right?
Of course.
You see I'm clean shaven, I'm presenting to you. If I showed up with a big beard and a huge parka, with a pencil hidden behind my ear and a hat pulled down low, I would be hiding something, right?
Maybe.
I think a certain Matt Patricia is hiding something. Incompetency. You saw the Super Bowl. How many points did they give up? 41 to Nick Foles. Nick Foles, he got cut by Kansas City. He doesn't belong in this league. Yet Patricia's defense. I know we all have complexes. I wish his defense was a little bit more complex. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. I feel like what we're having right now is a little buyer's remorse. I think that...
Well, you know, being a Detroiter, we don't really buy much. This is a very good Lions team. We're steady. We've got a coach who doesn't show emotion. We're going to go 9-7 with the 7th best quarterback in the league, and I'm fine with that.
And that's tough. Okay, that's tough. I see what you're saying. Okay, have you ever been in love?
Of course.
Of course. Okay, you've had a bad fight with a girl you love, right?
Oh, I just thought you meant Barry Sanders or Calvin Johnson. Everyone I love leaves too early, and they're replaced by just a puffy man in a parka. Have you seen Ghostbusters?
Of course.
Have you seen the Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man?
Yeah.
That man is now in charge of my football team.
He did clean up his beard.
Did he? Might have seemed really tough lately, but everybody's talking about Detroit, right? Everybody wants to see Detroit win.
If everyone wants to see Detroit win, why don't we get a call? Pass interference is overturned in the playoffs against Dallas. Balls batted out of the end zone against Seattle. Why is Aaron Rodgers given a fake face mask penalty that sets up a Hail Mary? Even this year, we got the Falcons. The 10-second runoff rule, they invented that rule so we wouldn't get a win. What we have in lieu of a win, we've got this terrible coach. He's not going to fly in my city. And frankly, I'd just rather look at Blake Griffin than this football team.
Is he gonna fly in the city if you don't let him fly? Do you know what I mean? I feel like we're not even letting him have wings.
Wings? I got wings. Anybody want wings? Who wants wings? I got a whole bunch right here.
I saw them bench Malcolm Butler for no reasons that came out. You're going to discipline people in the city of Detroit? It's a lawless nightmare. Have you seen Mad Max?
Of course.
That's a documentary about Detroit.
But remember Grant Hill?
Yeah, the guy with one ankle? He worked out great.
RoboCop's about Detroit.
Yeah, another great documentary.
Everybody give a Detroit movie. Does everyone have one?
Axel Foley's from Detroit.
I said a movie.
Yeah.
You have to sober up.
Detroit Rock City.
Great movie.
I know he asked you for Katie Roost's address. Do you have Matt Patricia's address?
No, I have neither of their addresses, and even if I did, I would not be giving them to any of you at any point. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, like, what's your address?
My address? No.
Yeah, all too true. Makes you wonder, do you think Lions fans, after they saw The last little credit on Matt Patricia's Patriots LinkedIn page where they're like,
The last credit.
oh, like couldn't he say to like we saw on Sound Effects, Mike, that
You watched
Belichick.
it?
Parts of it, yeah. I made it through about half of it before I started vomiting out of my eyes again. That Belichick said to Patricia, like at the end of the third quarter, like we got to get more pressure on the quarterback. Couldn't Patricia have
really?
gone to?
Wow.
Yeah, we got to.
This is new information for me, Nick. I'm excited that you've shared this with me. Well, because that's what everyone was saying, right?
Right. So he was saying the exact same thing. So couldn't Patricia have said, like, Bill, come on. All right, I know we agreed to try this unique little safety-heavy, safety slot game plan, but it's not working. They're carving us up. We got to get someone at, like.
Yeah.
Because what couldn't he have said? Let's get Butler in. What's the worst that can happen? They gave up 48 points.
I mean, not to tie it all back to Butler, but I mean, they sure used Butler on like slot blitzes this year at the end of the season for the first time. So that was kind of a wrinkle that they added. But I mean, it goes back to and I think we even said it in the show before the Super Bowl when it had finally been announced that Patricia was going to Detroit. Was like, does this translate to another team? Like, do you get a bunch of random guys and they give up a ton of yards, but they stiffen in the red zone? Like, is this going to happen in Detroit? Like, I have my questions. And then that game happens, and you're like, wow, it's really on display now.
I told you before, you can't be coordinator and be head coach. It's going to be tough.
Well, I think with what happened with Patricia, people playing that the tired and true, like maybe he was distracted card. And then, of course, with McDaniels saying yay and then saying nay, which was the first win the Patriots got after the Super Bowl. I think that's going to probably change the way that they go about the coach recruitment and hiring process. Let's get a quick word, actually, with the Patriots former defensive
it's weird that he's here today, right?
The now current head coach of the Detroit Lions, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Patricia. Here he is. Step on up, Matt. Here he is.
Thank you for coming.
Wow.
You grew so much facial hair so quickly.
You grew it back.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Matty P.
What's up, guys?
How you feeling, pal?
I'm good. Good.
Yeah? So what are you going to bring to Detroit in 2018?
Hopefully another Patriots Super Bowl.
No, seriously, this is our buddy Matt Pereira, diehard Pats fan. Now that your doppelganger has made his way out, what happens? Do you go in for like Mission Impossible surgery and like start to look like? Are you gonna like try to look like?
I gotta get the Bill face, the solemn Bill face.
You gonna do the solemn Bill face now, or like dye your hair and try to go McDaniels? You're a defensive guy. Right? You strike me as a defensive guy.
Yeah, I play defense.
I know the fact that like the Pats defensive coordinator all these years that you guys were like ringers. I've seen pictures of the two of you guys together. It's wildly uncanny. Does that feel like a little piece of you is left, or are you happy to like?
A little bit. Yeah.
Close that chapter off.
Yeah. We'll start a new one. We'll rebuild and start all over again.
Fine.
Like we do every year.
With the ageless wonder at quarterback.
Yep. We had no players this year. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
We had no players. We lost everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah. Well, the playmaking.
Thank you for coming by.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they evolve without Matty P. To see, because I like I said before, I don't know like really where he starts, where Belichick ends, what his philosophy is. So to pull him out, put him in Detroit, bring somebody new in, you're kind of going to get a look at the Lions, what are they? A look at the Patriots, what are they? And kind of see, where exactly Matt Patricia falls on that spectrum. Because I mean, I've heard he's a smart guy. I heard he's actually a rocket scientist.
Rocket scientist.
Have you heard that?
He's a rocket.
It's out there. Chris Hogan plays lacrosse.
He plays lacrosse too.
It's in there, but
and Tom Brady hates banana tips.
It's going to be interesting to see how it all comes back together.
Is there any truth to the rumor that Matt Patricia actually was long since in Detroit for Super Bowl 52, and that was you on the sideline?
Yes.
I think you could have called just as effective a game. You want to put Butler in? All right, get back to your beer, your recovery beers. There he is, Matty P. Everybody. That's great. By the way, if you look like anyone on the Patriots, please email us, patshow6@gmail.com. We'll have you on the show. We're looking for more fans of the Patriots that look like current or former coordinators, players, coaches, and more.
What if you look like Ricky Schroeder's stand-in? Remember, that was mine.
Is that your thing?
Sorry.
I met Gostkowski while I was out there. Woo!
My favorite show.
I met Gostkowski while I was out there. We do shockingly look a lot alike. And I blame my... Oh, great. So is now someone going to blame me? Like, did you say hi to Gostkowski? That's why he
You
shanked
touched
too,
his
Nick.
leg? You gave him a foot massage or something?
Please.
Actually,
Talk
can we...
about Gostkowski,
No.
please.
Oh, I know. Well, actually,
2 seconds.
ironically, my wife chimed in with a message, and I'm obligated by marriage. And she's like, I blame Gostkowski, but... Jesus,
late.
I mean, over the last 5 years, what's it been with him in clutch games with misses? I mean, it's it's disheartening.
It is. Missing, obviously, the extra point against Denver in the AFC Championship 2 years prior, which definitely cost him at least a tie game.
Yeah.
He missed an extra point in Super Bowl 51, and then, now it wasn't his fault that it was a bad snap and Ryan Allen couldn't get it spun in time.
Yeah.
Miracle, I guess he got it off. Still, I thought he could have, for 26 yards.
Just kind of pop
just
one
like
up there.
pop it, don't push so hard. But then he shanked an extra point, too.
Yeah, I know. And do you think, so I mean, I've always been like, it's hard to like upgrade that position. Like you kind of, it's like a goalie in hockey. You're kind of stuck with the guy you got and you're paying.
$4 million. I mean, like, yeah, he's a top paid kicker. He's a top 5
go.
compensated
Time
kicker
to
in the
go.
NFL. I think it's time.
I think Nick Stevens.
Yep.
This year guy.
Old hamstrings O'Reilly back here. About time.
Hamstring.
I've got the flexibility of a 77-year-old rich Republican uncle. I ain't moving anywhere.
I got
Wow,
50
you know,
years old. I can kick. I can stretch,
Rob Holloman here is saying that he's a Dola doppelganger. So
really?
apparently, if you're really a
Wow,
Dola,
you know what, actually,
things are
I'm
going
gonna
great for
click on
you.
your-
You don't need to come on our show. You just have models.
Rob, I just clicked on your profile. You're a good-looking guy. You're more of like a Guy Pearce doppelganger than you are a Dola doppelganger.
That's still
But
pretty
a
high up
compliment,
there,
so
right?
Good for you. All right, wrapping things up here. Quickly now, we will have one last hot takedown for the road before we give you a glimpse of the Pats offseason, then sign off for season 1. So here we go, the final hot takedown.
Hot takedown. Hot takedown.
Mike, this is all yours.
Well, as you guys might have heard,
Matt Borges is a dick.
Ron Borges.
Ron Borges is Matt
Borges.
We know for a fact Matt Borges is a dick.
Yeah, Ron Borges got trolled and ran with the story, and then the Herald went ahead and just ran it on the front cover, which it's just, I think it's amazing. It's an amazing cap to the season that like this is like the button on the end of everything that has transpired over this last year, especially with like, and like, I don't even like love the fact that somebody like specifically went after him with this because I feel like it's going to start happening more and more. But Borges, you got to double check your sources.
I mean, more than one source.
And to run a front page thing, and I mean, I think like a lot of this feeds back into why we're doing this Pat Show because we feel like people really like just want an outlet where it's entertainment and it's fun. It's not a race to get the inside scoop and the stupid things that they want to, like all that stuff. I don't care.
Well, so much of the Boston media does because they need the Patriots to be controversial, to get the listens, and to get the clicks, and to get all the bait out there so that they'll troll the waters and chum the waters and get the Pats fans to listen and watch and press and read through
Press
and
the
subscribe.
buttons, push the buttons, and get Patriots fans mad.
Exactly. And making Pats fans mad because we know what a reactionary, impassioned fan base this is / we are. This is just the epitome of everything, of every reason why people distrust Boston media. This is the reason why the players dislike them, and this is the reason why people are shifting over, not just to different blogs and different platforms, but to things like Patshow. I'll be the first to admit, I am 100% source free. This is all my own terrible opinion.
Me too.
I have put all this together myself. Mike as well. And
Although
we've been doing
wait,
just fine for years.
I gotta say, I don't
text you right now.
I don't like Nick's source who did tell us like Hoyer's starting this weekend
Oh
on
yeah,
the Tennessee
I did get a couple sources that came right to me after Brady had like the thumb gate. Yeah. Interestingly enough, it was a Nick from Boston, right? But seriously, like this, like, and I know people have been suspended making bad jokes on the radio, but like a guy texts you and he's like, "Yeah, this is Don Yee." Man, Brady's mad.
Got your number from a friend.
And Borges falls for it. That does. You're right.
The conversation was weak.
Was
this is weak Jedi talk.
not complete nonsense.
You win LA, bro. Like
Brady
But this perfectly sums up everything that, like you said, that goes with the season. Because of course there would be a fake report that Brady wants to finally get paid. Tom Brady should have to want to get paid Jimmy G money. Tom Brady doesn't need it, even if he is making that adorable comment to his son, who saw a Lego that he wanted in Tom versus Time. And Tom saying like, yeah, well, $70. $70 is a lot of money. Like Giselle sneezes and $5,000 comes out of her nose. She's worth $500 million. That's actually good parenting by Brady right there. But by saying like, well, yeah, of course you can do like, yeah, whatever you want. But like, no, you got to understand, like, money still has its worth.
Yeah.
This show so far, and will continue to be Brady's son, kiss comment free. So there.
I mean,
it was all love as far as I'm concerned.
I kiss my son on the lips all the time.
I'd like to kiss everyone watching. I would like to give everyone watching the show, every Patriots fan, a Brady to son kiss right now because it's nothing but love.
Right on the mouth.
Just no tongue. Just no tongue.
Just
as long as there's
all
no
right,
tongue.
now it's getting old. Anyway, that's why people don't like reading the newspaper anymore. That's why the Boston sports media is so obnoxious, and that's why we're glad you tune into Patshow because you're just getting full, honest football analysis.
Fun. It's entertainment. It's okay.
is.
Everyone takes it so seriously. It's football. It's just supposed to be
Right.
fun. We're just talking. It doesn't have to be like, we're gonna get you pissed off right now, and then you're gonna watch us and be mad. Like it's I don't know. I don't watch sports
Say
for
the
that.
opposite of what I know you feel, even though it may or may not be the opposite of how I feel, just so I can continue to get you listened, so I can get some stupid tire company in Worcester to sponsor my radio show. Shut up. Just enjoy the game. All right. In closing, some off-season
Little
thoughts.
off-season thoughts.
You teased earlier. I'd like to just remind everybody that before the Patriots release a player, watch somebody walk away and sign with another team, sign another player, scrap heap somebody, the next Deion Lewis, your next, your next Akeem Ayers, what have you. That the Patriots have already had an awesome 2018 draft because they get Donta Hightower back, Julian Edelman back, Malcolm Mitchell back, and underrated 2016 run stopper. He'll be a third-year defensive tackle, Vincent Valentine back. So they've already had an awesome draft before they make an awesome free agent period without making a single move. So there's a reason why they're already installed as Super Bowl favorites for next year.
Yeah.
Oh, and Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean, I think outside of the guys that you get back, I mean, that's so exciting just to know that you got those guys back. But the conversation has to start with Nate Solder, your left tackle.
Right.
What's going to happen there? I mean, I think he played well enough. Obviously, down the stretch, it's a slow start, but I think he's earned well enough. I think in 2010 or 11, they gave Matt Light a 2-year extension. You know, feels something
That was
wrong.
Light's last year, and that's
Light,
when
you
they
know,
drafted
they gave him a
Solder.
2-year. They gave him, you know, so maybe draft somebody. I mean, they have Tony Garcia, who's a guy.
He's got to put on some. He's got
Yeah,
to bulk
nobody
up,
knows
though.
what the hell happened to him. He had some kind of sickness, like an illness, lost like 40 pounds, so he's got to get back
Oh,
up.
and Derek Rivers, the third-round draft pick,
Derek
who was supposed to
Rivers,
be
another
the
guy
bookend
you're going to get
defensive
back.
end
Even
opposite-
Shea McClellan, who I usually not a big fan of, but at this point, after that defense, I'm like, bring back Shea
What's in the
McClellan.
fridge, honey? We got tons of things. We got
Right,
cold
well, you already
cuts,
got
we got
those
cold
guys.
pizza.
Yeah.
We've got 3-week-old Chinese food, aka Shea McClellan. Like, let's not go there. Let's not go
Yeah,
there.
are we descended that far?
Yeah.
And then you look at Burkhead and White, Burkhead and Lewis, you know, and those are the
Both
two
free
big
agents.
guys, which is and I feel like that's a situation where they offer them both the same deal, and Burkhead probably takes it, and Lewis sees what his market worth is.
Yeah, I think he definitely tested out as well. And, you know, because I think they probably, I don't know if they regretted letting LeGarrette Blount go because he was a good, he did the exact same thing for Philly that he did
doing
for the
this during the
Patriots.
Super Bowl. I'm like, oh, LeGarrette,
Yeah,
no.
I know. And watching him and Chris Long celebrate, I mean, you can't hate on him because Long wanted to go someplace else, and
but you
Blunt wanted to stay.
Yeah. Who do you hate on the Eagles? It's like, I don't, you know, you hate
Nobody.
the Eagle-ish, but, you know.
Yeah, you can't. It's not about, again, that's what we want. Like, there's the final little takeaway. It's not about hating on the other team. It's about just appreciating and enjoying your team, whatever they give you. And it was a great effort. But seriously, why didn't Butler play?
And we'll see you next season.
No, it should be great. I bet the Patriots in the draft, and maybe we'll have some off-season episodes. There could be some one-offs for like the draft or whatnot.
Yep.
Looking forward to supercharging, refreshing, and resetting for an amazing 2018
Combine,
campaign.
Most combines.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we're gonna participate in the
Wait till you see
combine.
the two of us do our
The Underwear Olympics.
How's your 3-cone drill?
It's not good.
Pretty good?
Not good, Nick. Not good.
Not good, Bob.
Not good,
Not
Bob.
good. I say the Patriots end up taking in the draft. They'll go for a tackle, like you said. Obviously a quarterback, another safety.
Linebackers.
They're going to and a lot of linebackers.
Just
It's
get
going to be
all
a
the
defensive-heavy
linebackers.
draft because they already have a top 5 wide receiving squadron next year before they have to do anything else. Make a move or
Yeah,
spend a
they
buck.
do. The wide receiving depth is awesome. You know, just even now with Kenny Britt, guys like that who are, you know, it's like you get Edelman back.
Philip Dorsett.
I know. Malcolm Mitchell, as Paul pointed out earlier.
Yep.
You know, you got
I
a lot
mean,
of
Mitch.
good guys coming back. Butler walks. I think we all agree on that.
Oh, you think?
I think I probably.
Maybe?
Butler's
Yeah.
teammate.
That would be the most Belichick move ever to re-sign him. Now he resigns. It was all a contractual
Oh, you
play.
didn't
Now
think I
he
was gonna
resigns.
bench you? I told you I was gonna bench you.
But if
Hey.
you're another team, like, how do you look at that? Are you know what I mean? Like, don't you have a little bit of a red flag that, like, this team, like, was obviously had some kind of problem with him to a degree where they benched him in the Super
I
Bowl?
believe that there's a movie, a documentary made about this, Any Given Sunday, right? This is like a, where they, oh no, wait, where the guy, he says he plants the fake story.
Yeah, well, right, to, like, drive
And then
contracts
hires the
down and
guy
all that
back.
stuff. But they don't want, I don't know. I mean, I think everybody agrees now Gilmore is the man all of a sudden. We all hated him earlier in the
Right,
season.
imagine
Now we're
that,
like,
Gilmore
he's
going
so
from
good.
0 to hero.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we could do another half an hour on why they just didn't lock up
Yeah.
Gilmore on Jeffrey to begin because one-on-one. I wish they would have played that game tonight. All right, now I'm quoting Hall & Oates
Chung.
songs, and they're Philadelphia's favorite band.
right now.
That's it. We're done.
Chung
All
in
right,
the
guys.
slot. Chung in the slot.
Chung in the slot.
Thank you, fans.
Guys, thank you so much for
Yeah.
watching this season. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for riding with us. Thanks for telling your friends. Thanks for your input. Thanks for everything, Patshow. Thank you, Media Boss, for everything you guys did. Thank you, Matty P. Thank you, Framingham, for having us. Thank
City
you, New
of
England
Framingham.
Patriots. And thank you, Tom Brady, once again, for not only being the greatest quarterback, the greatest everything, also for giving us this last final thought, because upon further review, you know what? Maybe it wasn't the victory that Tom Brady wanted, but you know what? No matter the outcome of the Super Bowl, you are never going to prevent Tom Brady from winning.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I've never wanted to beat Giselle more in my life.
The best Sunday ever.
For Pat's prop, Mike Dussault, your old pal Fitz, Nick Stevens here, everyone at Media Boss.
Goodbye
the
up there
Angry
to the
Ham, so much
camera up
more.
there.
Goodbye, everybody. A big Brady to Son kiss to everybody. And we'll see you next season. Go Pats!
1, 2, 3, 28. Wow.